Stefan, how did you first get involved in humanitarian work?
I started working for the ICRC as a delegate in Palestine. They sent me to Jenin in the north, and it was during the Second Intifada, and it was real warfare going on. I saw how international law actually made a big difference to real people on the ground, and I was very much impressed. That's how I stayed in the job, and that's my career now.
Where did you first come in contact with the wall?
In 2002, we were called to a village very close to the Green Line, since a farmer had found a little note in Hebrew and Arabic stuck to one of his olive trees, saying that the land here was to be appropriated for the construction of a fence. Of course, initially, he had no idea what this fence was all about. It was only through the press, the Israeli press, that we later learned that the government was planning to build a wall around the West Bank, the wall.
How did you come to make the film?
I sat on a plane again, and I left Palestine, and I said, well, this is the crossroads, isn't it? Can you actually do this? Can you actually walk away from such an important type of job? Is it ethically correct to be probably the one person that knows most about the impacts of the wall in terms of humanitarian impacts, and then just walk away from it?
I couldn't leave them alone in the sense that my knowledge will contribute to help roughly 500,000 people that directly impacted by the wall. So I said, well, there must be a way how to do this.
How did you meet the filmmaker?
Well, Mohammed Al-Atzar was known to me, and I believe it's a very long story that I need to cut short. But here, just to say, it was one of these ideas that came up the spur of the moment in a meeting with a researcher. I rang him up and I said, Mohammed, do you think this might be an idea for a film? And he bought it. And now we're making this film.
Is the film Broken inherently educational?
Education has two major ways, I think, in the way it expresses themselves. On the one hand, it's a process through life, and we learn as we go along. But the other one is also to deliberately produce something like a film, and then try to make people think, and even make people do something with what they've just learned.
The target population for this film lies with students of international law, of international diplomacy, of international studies, where they need to think reasonably and with respect to other human beings. And then the film is of a much more universal value.
Why did you choose the title Broken?
I think to understand the title in this is to understand that we can't just play with international law or international institutions and so on.
From the very beginning of making and thinking about this film project, we realized that there was something broken in the promise towards the people from international law, which should be, internationally recognized and universally recognized. So Broken stuck, and I still think it's a good idea.